She break it down real, never play pretend. Take heed to the message, lessons through the lens. Came from the source, she built from the sauce. Turned all them L's and twisted them R's. Ain't here to preach, just here to relate. She done fell in the traps, now she shifting the fake. Every slip was set up for her next prize. Not your poor truth with a joke on the side. No filth, no fluff, just soul in the mix. Every story got a gem, every laugh got a fix. She where you at from heartbreak to hustle, from crying in the dark to finding the muscle. So if you watch it, better open your ears, cause the realest lessons come wrapped in them tears. Take heed to the message, you gon' feel inspired. Real talk, no skirt, just the truth and life. She been through the fire, now she feed that flame. Life through the pain, but she still got game. Everyday life with a twist and a trend. Tears, truth, jokes, where the hill begin. She break it down real, never play and pretend. Take heed to the message, lessons through the lens. She said how it is, no shook, no mask. Might roast you in love, but it's all gon' last. It's like uncut with a side to parade. She your voice in your ear when the world's in your face. So laugh if you want, cry if you need. But one thing for sure, you gon' take heed. Cause she been through the mess, that she blessed in the proud. With truth in the chest, and the head still proud.
Shout out to Corey Joe, 1000 Watts Radio. That brother gave me that amazing intro music, and baby, I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. But I'm going to share something with you. You know what I feel like today? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Because my spirit is a little low this morning, okay? My spirit is a little low this morning, okay? But I have always been the type of woman, even when I'm going through something, I smile. I've always been like that. So people couldn't really tell if I was going through something, some type of hardship, or just, just struggling. Nobody could tell because I always had that smile on my face. So it deceived a lot of people, okay? But I want to share something with you. This is what I feel like this morning. So people could never tell when I was going through something. Like right now, nobody could tell when I was going through something, even when I was young. Even when I was young, you couldn't tell. Okay? So when things happened to me, my teachers used to tell me, I don't see it. And I used to tell them, because God is good. I've always been that type of person. No matter what I'm going through, you can't tell unless I tell you. You couldn't tell unless Take Heed sat up and told you. Okay? Because I'm going to share something with you. No matter what you say to me, you understand? Even when I know you have lied on me, even when I know you have said mean things to me, you have talked about me behind my back, I will never let you have the victory. I'll never let you have the victory. because I never want you to put in your mind that, oh, I did this to her, and yet look at her. So when I hear this right here, and then I just come out and say it is what it is. You understand? It is what it is. I've always been that type of woman. So I don't let things hit me like you think it should, because I have seen what I have, not seen, but the stuff that I have been through. You understand? Okay? So the stuff that I have been through in my past, you can't rattle me in my future. You understand? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but you can't rattle me in my future. You understand? So the things that I have been through, I have seen a lot. Okay? And some of you that watch me may be a little older than me, and I may be a little older than you. And you can't really tell, but the stuff that I have seen, okay? The stuff that I have seen, it can't rattle me in my future. It can't, because I have been through so much. And I know that when y'all watch my content, you like, wow, Taki really lived that type of life. Which is true, I did. Furious, thank you, baby, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, honey. So when I see stuff creep up on me in my future, that I have seen it in my past, I immediately go to this right here. So it doesn't matter to me what you say or if you talking about me behind my back. And so I'm not directing it to any person. If you take offense to it, then it's you. Like if my message bothers you, then it's you. Okay, I always say that. If my message bothers you, don't look around. That means it's you. The message is directed towards you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means queen. The title of this foolery this morning is Modern Black Woman Says the Green Light, Low Key Ick, okay, is when a man is a good father. Now, I never heard this before. Like, green light, low key ick. I have never heard this before in my life. I'm surprised. Okay. Now, before we get into the foolery, I want to first shout out Furious, baby. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Okay. I appreciate you. And we're going to get into your first donation. And thank you so much, baby. Thank you for taking time to donate to the channel, okay? And here we go with your donation right here, baby. Thank you. Now, I just want y'all to listen to this. So, the title of this video that I just played right now The mother says, I had introduced our daughter into Caribbean music that we used to listen to back in the day. And so the daughter is in the kitchen doing the dishes, listening to it, and she's trying to sing. Okay. Now, listen, listen, you feel good the way you want to feel. You hear me? So I thought it was funny. I was like, let's clip this and play this. It's funny. Thank you so much, Furious. Let me see who is in the chat because I didn't greet anybody who was in the chat yet. Let me see who we got. Let me see who we got. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's not showing me. I don't know why. Mm-mm. I'm trying to go to chat. It's not showing anything. Okay, let me see. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, Steven, I'm using just the phone that I'm on right now. Steven, Miss Snoop, who else we got? Furious, Vance, um, and Steven so far. So I see somebody in here saying that they need help and they need a helper. My dear, you must be new to my content. I'm married. Okay, and I'm aggravating, so you don't want to take heed. I am aggravating. Okay, I kid you not. At times I don't even know how my king put up with me. So no, no, you don't want me. Now let's go into Steven, stop laughing at me. So let's go into the first foolery of the day. We gonna go straight to the video though, because we got a nasty dissection on this sister right here. So we just going straight to the video. Thank you to everybody who came in and rocked with me this morning. I greatly appreciate it because you could have been anywhere else, but you like, let me go see what this loudmouth heifer talking about, and I appreciate y'all for that. So we gonna just go straight to her. We gonna go straight to her and let's talk about the video. I said, wow. All I could say was wow, because it's crazy. I don't know why we think this makes sense. All right, so now the woman who posted is a Caucasian woman. All right. And there's a brother that comes in, I think, in the end of the video. Okay. And he says the CIA ain't even doing this no more to our women. Okay. Allegedly, but he said the CIA ain't even training our women no more to destroy the community. But this is what he said. Check this out. I mean, what she said.
Hurt someone's feelings, but what's a green flag that low key gives you the ick? Oh, I know my answer, and my answer is for surely gonna hurt somebody's feelings, but I truly don't give a fuck. I cannot date a man who is a good father. There's always a back to school night, a parent teacher conference, a birthday party, a play date, a recital, a game. There's always something that he has to be at. It's gonna hurt someone's feelings, but what's a green flag that low key gives you the ick? Oh, I know my answer, and my answer is for surely gonna hurt somebody's feelings, but I truly don't give a fuck. I cannot date a man who is a good father. There's always a back to school night, a parent teacher conference, a birthday party, a play date, a recital, a game. There's always something that he has to be at. It's gonna hurt someone's feelings, but what's a green flag that low key gives you the ick?
So I played it 3 times because we're doing Dr. Umar today. YouTube in streets. I played it 3 times because we doing Dr. Umar today. Okay. So this woman said what gives her the ick is good fathers. Good fathers give her the ick. Now, I remember not too long ago, y'all was saying that you want a good father. You want your children to have good fathers. You want your children to be around men of substance. I remember that. Now, am I wrong, Stephen? Am I wrong, or did I hear that? Did I hear that wrong? Okay, because not too long ago, women were saying they wanted good fathers for their children. They were saying they want men of substance. Okay, Stephen said, no, you are correct. Okay, thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you. So, what are we doing? What are we doing? So low key, the green light. Okay, low key green light. Ick. I'm confused. Okay, low key ick. Let me repeat it again. Modern black woman says the green light, low key ick, is when a man is a good father. I'll be damned. Jared, how are you? Now, Jared said the lady needs some damn help. Yes, she does. Yes, she does, Jared. Yes, she does. Lord, I'm confused, okay? Because any man who takes time to be with their child, I would be so proud of that man. I would be so proud of that man that he takes time to want to be with his baby, that he takes his baby places, he goes to the games and recitals and stuff like that. I'd be like, yeah, I listen. Listen, do what you got to do. I'll see you later. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. I understand. I would even be low key a little jealous that if, my baby daddy wasn't doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be low key jealous. But if I didn't have any babies out of wedlock, you know what I'm saying? I would be looking to say, I want this man to be my husband. I would say that, like, I want this man to be my husband because look how he treats, you know what I'm saying, his own child. Look how he so invested in his own offspring. Let me share something with you. It's amazing when now this any man, but I want to say my brothers. So a black man, it's amazing when you see a black man that is invested in his children. It's amazing when you see a black man that is invested in his child. When I watch my husband interact with our children, my heart breaks. Breaks for joy though. You know what I'm saying? That our kids get the well, my husband had this advantage because his family, his mother and father was married for many years. But I think like over 50 something years they were married. But when I look at our children and I see the interaction with their father and how proud they are when their daddy tells them how they are so amazing, my heart like skips a beat because now mind you I'm a little low key jealous, but I'm happy that they get to experience the love of a good father. You understand? Like I'm happy they get to experience the love of a good father. You don't know how much this makes the child believe in themselves. Okay? You don't understand it. Some of the women in our community, they don't understand the love of a good father. So this is why you can come to social media and you can say low key ick, okay? Green light, low key ick is when a man is a good father. Oh my God. Stephen said, this is a wonderful thing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now I'm going to play something for y'all real quick because I want you to hear this brother coaching his daughter. And it touched my heart because I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. And the mother must have filmed this, but I was like, this is so beautiful. Shout out to Jeremy Holloway, okay? I clipped this from his page because I follow him, okay? So I want you, fair use, fair use. So I want y'all to hear the interaction with the dad and the daughter. She's getting a shot in the arm, in both arms. Okay, she's getting a little shot from the doctor in both arms or the nurse or whatever. And it's so beautiful. The interaction is so beautiful. I want y'all to hear this. Here we go.
Where you gotta turn that way, right? So I can't look. Oh.
One in for dad. Ready?
Just gonna put my thing
Your
on.
turn. Ready? Woo! That's it. Good job.
Man, that thing hurt a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Ooh, a little bit.
Man.
You did good because they don't act like this.
Huh? Cody knocked down. Oh man, this one, it sting a little bit.
A little bit, huh?
I need a bandage. She need no bandage.
You know why? Because daddy not bleeding. So you did a good job. All right, Dad. Other arm.
Come on. Look on.
This the last one. Last one. Look at mama. Right? Look at, don't look, Cody.
That's nothing.
All right. You ready?
Ready? Come on, like me. You gotta be like me.
Good girl.
Yeah.
That's one. Good girl. Reach my, Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
You gotta go like this, man.
To share it with y'all, man, because watching this video made my heart smile. The lengths that some fathers go to make sure their child is happy, make sure their child not feeling no pain. And I when I see videos like this, I like to share these videos with y'all because sometimes there's too many people who don't understand the power of the father presence, or the power of a good father, a father who cares about the child, not just in the child's life because he feel like he have to. He want to be there. He want to make sure that child don't fear nothing or have no pain or want to know where he is. You want that child to live and be happy.
Yep.
Sometimes seeing videos like this can make you see where you could be better as a father. Sometimes watching videos like this can make women see like, damn, your child may need a father. Yeah, I understand that you think you mama and dad. I understand you think that you can do it all, but sometimes
false ideology.
Amen. As much as women complain about having to have these children on their own and do all these things on their own, a lot of women be deciding not to let that child have a father figure. Or let that father be in the child's life because whatever relationship you and him had.
Right.
About, well, I can do this, but then now you're making your life harder than what it has to be, baby. Let that man take that stress off. Sometimes let that man get that child and show this child a different way of thinking outside of yours. That's the beauty of having two parents. It's the beauty of having two-parent household. Because it's more than one way to do certain things. As long as it's the best decision for them. Yeah, hold on, Jeremy, you're going too deep. Understand me thinking, oh, we got to have the same.
And I know y'all want to throw smoke at Jeremy, but what he's saying is right. What he's saying is right. This little girl went to the doctor fearful of the needle. So the nurse act like she gave both shots to the father in his arms first. Okay? So that's why you hear him saying ouch. And she say ouch too. She didn't scream or cry. And then he said, show me your muscles. She showed her muscles and stuff because she was touched on how the daddy had took the shots. She said, my daddy is strong. I'm going to be strong. See, kids, I'm going to share something with you. When kids are raised by their fathers, they love to copy what their fathers do. If their fathers are strong, they'll look at their daddy, they'll say, he's strong, I can be strong too. Some kids will even tell you, I am my father's child. So whatever their father is and how strong he is, they'll say, I'm going to be just like my father. See, sometimes the things that are used to hurt children, these things can be turned around for greatness. Take heed will always say this to you, because the same words that were used to hurt my feelings growing up, I turn these same words into blessings upon our children. When my mom got up here, not people, but when my mom got up there and was like, oh, you look just like your damn daddy. You look just like his black ass, stuff like that. Mind you, I don't mind that I'm chocolate, okay? I never mind that I'm chocolate. I don't want to be no other color. But when my mama used to say that to me, it used to hurt my feelings. So when I tell our children, you look just like your daddy, they smile. When my mama used to say, you ain't shit, just like your daddy, right? And I tell our children, you are just like your father. And they'll smile because they know their father is an upstanding man. I said, I'll tell them you work hard just like your daddy because they know their father is a hardworking man. So everything that I was taught to hurt my feelings, I turned it around and spoke life over our children. Okay? I'm not hiding nothing, my dear. It's my hair. I'm not hiding anything. I have like a little ball design up here in the top. Okay? And then I just put the scarf on. That's all. I'm not hiding anything. So now, with that being said, this woman thought that it was amazing to say this, and I'm gonna share something with you. There will be women that will copycat, okay? There will be women that will copycat the foolery. There will be women that will say they low key don't want a good man. So now this is going to be a blessing for Pookie and Rere. Because Pookie and Rere is not an upstanding man. Pookie and Rere don't give a damn if his child eat or don't eat. Pookie and Rere don't give a damn if the child is in trouble or whatever. Because why? He got multiple other kids he claimed he worried about. So he don't care about certain children. Sometimes Pookie and Rere say, I'll just wait till the child get grown. You understand? I'll just wait till the child get grown and run away from the responsibilities of taking care of the baby. He don't mind going to jail, stuff like that. So now women are going to flock to Pookie and Rere. They're not going to flock to the man who is the upstanding brother. That not all men who are upstanding have children. Some of them don't. They just want to take time to find the right woman to have kids with. And I salute you, my brothers, for doing that. But there are some men who have children already and they got kids with the wrong woman. Okay? Just like there are some women who got kids with the wrong men. Okay? Let's talk about it. But for us to glorify, oh, he needs to be a bad father. Okay? Oh no, he need to be a bad father for me to, I don't like good fathers. That's stupid. Black Queen, how are you, baby? It's good to see you. That's stupid. For her to even think that. Good morning, Red Lipstick Vibe. How are you? Guys, when you get time, please rock out with Red Lipstick Vibe. Content is always fire and educational, baby. Y'all get over there, like and subscribe to that sister channel. All right, you will not regret. And when you get in here, tell her, take heed sent me, okay? Wallace, how are you, baby? It's good to see you. Grand Rise, beautiful people. Red Lipstick Vibe said, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you too, my sister. So I want to share something with y'all. Last night, I was up late. Sometimes when I'm a little stressed or something, I stay up late. Now, most of the time, I'm up just because I'm up, and I guess because it's like the elder in me, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just sit up for no reason, and maybe I'll crochet a little bit and sit in the lazy boy that's upstairs. But low key, I was listening to a content creator that I held at high esteem. I was listening to him last night on X, and I held this brother at high esteem. But the shit that this man was saying last night, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it, y'all. I cannot believe it. I'm going to share something with you. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is going on? I was like, what is going on? And mind you, I listened to like some of his shows and stuff like that. But I was on his live and I couldn't do nothing but shake my head. I couldn't do nothing but shake my head. Now, some of his points is valid. Some of the stuff this brother was saying, I don't want to say his name, but, excuse me, because I don't want no smoke come my way. But some of the stuff he was saying was low-key crazy. Some of the stuff he was saying was okay, but I look at it, I'm like, damn, this is cray-cray. This is cray cray. He was saying the worstest things that I ever heard. And I'm going to share something with you. Now, I know a lot of us are taught that, okay, all of us did not come from Africa, okay? Some of us were already here. Our foundational black, some of us were already here, okay? And I understand that, but I didn't know that, okay? And that's only me being in the YouTubian streets, okay? But when I listened to my grandmother's story, okay, when I listened to my grandmother's story of what my aunts and them had told us and my eldest auntie had told us, I was like, damn, it sounds like my bloodline was already here, okay, when I listened to the story, because i can't I can't put two and two unless I listen to my grandfather's side of the story, because my grandfather's side of the story, the last name of my grandfather was he was enslaved by a president's family. Okay, on my mama's side, my mama's father bloodline was enslaved by a president family. So my mother's side, she is Indian. My mother's side is Indian. Not Indian like across the water, no. Indian here. Okay? But I don't know which tribe she came from, because the thing is that her father was Caucasian. Okay? So her mother was Indian, but her father was Caucasian, and they didn't marry. So her mother had her, and then she had to go with her father. So I don't know who the mother, I don't know what tribe my great great grandmother, am I saying that right? My great grandmother came from. So I'm confused about that. Okay. Okay. So I'm confused about that. So a lot of things I don't know, but I can tell you from what my grandfather, because this is what I was taught growing up. Okay. So also my father's family, okay, now I'm getting on my mama's side, but my father's family is from the South. Okay. So I'm learning these things, which I knew but didn't really like dig into it. But my father's side is from I always say this word wrong. It sounds so fresh. Uh Let me check. Let me check, because I want to make sure I got it right. Because my auntie put it on her Facebook all the time, like her where we actually from. So let me just check real quick. There we go. There go my auntie right there. Okay, let me see. Okay. A husky. Okay, North Carolina. A husky, North Carolina. So my auntie and they were all on my father's side. His mother is from a husky, North Carolina. Okay, their bloodline is from there. I don't know what my father's family is from. My father's father is from, because my granddaddy was a Rolling Stone. So he made children with my grandma, but he also had children outside. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying, actually where he's from. Okay. But all I know is that my grandmother met him up here, up north. That's it. That's all I know. So I don't know if I'm actually a FBA. Okay. I don't have any I never heard of any of my family talk about that we have a bloodline that is like African or Haitian or Jamaican or anything like that. Nobody ever said that. So I'm assuming I'm FBA, okay? Because my history tells me I'm FBA. But after me listening last night, I don't want to be FBA. Like if I find out like the whole everything, like when I get, because I gotta ask my auntie some questions. When I find out everything, this was one of my eldest aunties. When I find out everything, because I'm gonna talk to her. I told her, can I talk to her this weekend? So when I talk to her and I find out what I'm already assuming that I am, I don't want to I don't want to acknowledge it. I don't. The stuff that I hear that comes from that way, it breaks my heart. You know what I'm saying? It breaks my heart. Like a lot of y'all who follow me, y'all get in here and y'all question if I'm FBA because maybe the way I talk or how I don't agree with everything that y'all, that goes on. Like right now, this thing with the Hinton Jr., right? Okay, Rodney, am I saying his name right? Rodney and his son Ryan. Ryan, may his soul rest in peace. Cause I kid you not, y'all. I ain't seen no gun. I don't know how they gonna try to turn that thing around, but I ain't see no gun. When you watch that video, there's no gun. It looked like the boy dropped his phone. That's the uncomfortable truth. And when they dissect that video, that officer should go to hell. Yes, I'm not lying to you. Yeah. And now allegedly they're saying that the car wasn't even stolen. A repo man was trying to collect the car. So I guess it's stolen that way. But allegedly, they're saying a repo man was supposed to impound the car, but the car was not where it was supposed to be. So they put it in as stolen, I guess. But it's a repo, allegedly. So you telling me that this boy was deleted because the car was a repo? They didn't steal a car. But where did the peace be stills come from? Now this is all alleged. Okay? It was not, let me see. Red Lipstick Vibe says it wasn't, it was repoed. He missed the payment. Thank you, Red Lipstick Vibe. And you know what? And I know it's the truth because Red Lipstick Vibe don't play about no content. Shout out to Red Lipstick Vibe. Thank you, baby. So now I was saying it's alleged. So the car was being repoed. This is dumb. How did all this happen because of a repo? I still can't see the boy having a piece be still. They was all asleep in the car. The police roll up and now he drops the piece be still. He falls to the floor too. That might just be because they just woke up. They scared as shit. You know what I'm saying? That the police rolled up on them like that. Have you ever had a police, and there's some that got common sense. There's some police officers that are amazing. They got common sense. You on the side of the road, or maybe you in the park. They ride up on you. They knock on the window because they know you're doing something fresh in the back of the car. But they knock up on the window. And they say, now, come on now. What y'all doing in here? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know the park is closed. You ain't supposed to be in here. Okay? You ain't supposed to be in here doing this. Come on now. Y'all come on. Put your stuff on. Y'all get out this park. There's officers that do that. They just let you go. Okay? But all they had to do was say, listen, pull up to the car. I'm just saying. They could have just pulled up to the car and said, listen, the car is repo, man. Y'all get out this car. You know what I'm saying? We call it the tow truck, okay? Y'all get out this car. Instead of the police saying that the car was stolen. So this is all, this is stupid. This boy, and I didn't see no gun. I didn't see. Even if he was, the video was shaking while he was running, the body cam was shaking or whatever, because he was running. But even if, why didn't they zoom in and fix the jumping? Because in a camera, you can do that. You can zoom in and fix, probably because they know the police officer was wrong. So now when the lawyers of Ryan estate get in here and check that video and they able to break it down, Ryan may not have been the one who had the piece be still. Ryan may not have been the one who had the peace be still. It may have been someone else. And so that's why you heard the cop say, gun, gun, gun. And so the other one who thought it was a gun shot the wrong boy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We gonna say alleged, 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 but it sound crazy. So now back to the story at hand. This is what I heard on the live feed last night. And I was like, that make more sense. But I had always knew the story didn't sound right, because why didn't they fix the camera that we can actually see what the boy was picking up? Because if they was asleep, why he got the gun in his hand? You know what I'm saying? Like if they walked up on these boys and they were sleeping, who would have a gun in their hand? That sound crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? The more than likely, this younger generation, they will have a phone in their hand. You know, I believe that I believe that wholeheartedly. They will have a phone in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's just me thinking as a mama. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. But when I heard this person yesterday, I was saying, I don't want to be labeled FBA no more. Like, I don't want, because people even question if I'm FBA because I don't agree with everything. Like, I don't agree with Rodney Hinton Jr. on how he took out a sheriff deputy. I don't believe it. I don't believe that it was right. Now, let me share something with you. If Rodney and Ryan, am I saying it right? Roderick? No, it's not Roderick. Rodney. If Rodney, okay, had got the officer who shot his son, okay, then we'd be talking about something else. We'll be talking about something else, because now you can say this is jungle justice. Okay? Now you can say this is jungle justice. Somebody said, why would you say jungle justice? Because that's what it entails. Even when you say this, if you say this to someone in Africa, they know what you're talking about. If you say jungle justice, because say somebody went and they wrongly, like, let's say this is horrible what I'm about to say, but let's just say this. Say a child was playing, both children was playing, okay? Teenagers will say. And somehow he used something to poke somebody's eye out, right? Okay? Poke one of the kids' eye out, right? Okay. And so they went to court about it, right? Let's just say they went to court about it, right? And the judge, or either, no, we're not going to say the court. They went to like the chief magistrate in the village. And they said, okay, you poked his son eye out. So now the youth of the community is going to hold your son down and they're going to poke his eye out. So now we got 1 and 1. So that's jungle justice. Okay? Like if a man go and delete somebody's son, right? Okay, grown man go and delete somebody's son. You know what it is? The other father will come and delete his son. That's called jungle justice. You got the right person that you had, the person who deleted your son, you go back and delete his son. That's jungle justice. Okay? Some people say this is an eye for an eye, right? Okay. So an eye for an eye mean if you did it to me, then I'm going after you. Not you go and get an innocent bystander, which I don't agree with any of this nonsense in the first place. I don't think nobody should be trying to hurt nobody. I don't think nobody should be trying to incriminate any child at all if that's not what happened. Okay? I'm just saying. It's different in the case blood for blood. So I'm just saying that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. Nobody has to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? We gonna agree to disagree in this situation. So that's just my thoughts on Rod. I keep saying this man's name wrong. We just gonna say Hinton Jr. Okay, that's my thoughts on the situation, because I feel bad that another man who's not even in the same department, okay, not even in the police department, he's in the sheriff department. I'm sorry, I had so much coffee. He's in the sheriff department and he gets deleted for no reason. Mind you, he doesn't even walk the beat anymore. He doesn't. He's already retired and he's working with the college. All he doing is securing the school, walking around the school, this and that. That's it. Doing away games with the team. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't locking up criminals and none of that stuff. He just got some easy go lucky job. That's it. I'm just saying. So I'm not gonna agree with everybody who believe that what Mr. Hinton Jr. did. I can't. I can't. My heart won't let me. Now, if we talk about he got the same officer who did something to his son, then my heart could probably let that in. My heart could probably let that in, but I would still say, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would still say, damn. My heart could probably let it in, but I would still be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But for an innocent man who didn't do anything, that's why I see something wrong with it. But when I was listening to this live yesterday, the person who was running the live, he was agreeing with it. He was saying that now they're gonna meet aggression with aggression. Okay? He was even saying that when black men stop being scared to go do jail time or get deleted or whatever, when bad things happen like this to their children, this is when things are going to stop. Okay? This is when things are going to stop with them deleting people in our community. And I shook my head. I'm like, nah. Nah, because I'm gonna share something with you. I have always been this type of person that it's how you train your children. It's how you train your babies. I ain't lying. It's how you train them to interact with the police. If you gonna get to see that baby again, it's how you train them. Now, some people may not agree with what I'm saying, but and may call me an Uncle Tom for that. Okay, may call me a house ninja for that. May call me a mammy for it. But it's how you interact. Because let me share something with y'all. If I'm on the side of the road with the police, okay? If I'm on the side of the road with the police, all right? Okay? And they pull me over, okay, because they believe something was this, that, whatever. And I know there's nothing wrong with my car. I'm just going to be calm and give them license and registration, even if they nasty to me. Because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to record that badge number in my mind. I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to record that badge number. I don't care what he called me. I don't care what he say to me. Okay? Now, when I get in front of the judge, I'm going to sing like a canary. I'm going to sing like a canary. I'm going to even write letters to the police department, to the investigation unit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get something done. Something will be on the books of that officer. So even if it don't get justice with me, they'll keep saying this guy got a pattern. Okay? This guy got a pattern. I'm just saying, that's just me. That's just me. Okay? That you know, other people may not have had the encounters that I have had with police. But I guess that would make me a mammy or a house ninja or however you want to call me. Okay? But the way this brother was talking last night, I was like, damn. And the thing is that these people will sit behind doors and cause a whole civil war, right? But they have somewhere to go. They have somewhere to hide if they cause a whole civil war between black and white people. Y'all ever notice that? Like, they will get up here on social media and say whatever. And then when the war actually starts, you won't see them nowhere in sight. They probably took a plane They done left already. Everything. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I feel. I just think that black and white, we have to try to coexist. We have to try to coexist. And I'm gonna share something with you. I believe this in my heart and soul. My mother used to say, if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, don't say it at all. We need to go back to that. We need to go back to that. If you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, don't say nothing at all. Because even and I want to say this too, because I respect this other brother. I respect Officer Tatum. But some of the stuff that he says be like off the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like when he get in here and he says, Caucasian people should have the right to say whatever they want to say. If they want to call somebody an N word, they should be able to say, whatever they want to say. Okay. But I did like this part when he said, but bear in mind, there are consequences. You can you by law, you have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say. But be ready for the consequences to fall behind. You know what I'm saying? Like come right behind the foolery. Like this woman who called one of our children the N-word, right? They said right now she had lost her job. Okay. She also she may get her children taken away from her, okay? Because she called a 5-year-old child the N-word because he was digging through her diaper bag to look for toys. First of all, where's the mama at? Okay? Second of all, how did she get away with calling this child the N-word? And where's the mama? Like there's no one in sight. You see some man filming her, but the mama is nowhere in sight of the melanated child. Okay, that's one thing I find so strange about this. And then this man who was filming her, how quick he pulled out that camera and start that phone and started filming Shyla or whatever her name is. My dear, there's consequences to what you say. If you call a child the N-word and it had hit social media, right? And you work for a certain company, the company has a right to fire you if that's against their policy. Okay? If hatred is against their policy, racism is against the work policy, they have a right to fire you. They don't want to be affiliated with you. This is why a lot of people lose what they have, especially social media. Social media will have you to lose everything because of the words that you are talking, how the way you speaking about certain situations. And you have to have the balls, the kahunas, okay, to deal with it. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be around a bigot. Nobody wants to be around someone who's racist. I'm just saying. So when you say these things, you have to be prepared to get the backlash. That's any content creator. You have to be prepared to get the backlash. And if you are just, doing something, you could be at a store, okay? You could be like, okay, Frontier, check this out. Frontier, a passenger was late, 30 minutes late, okay? Everybody knows when you travel Frontier, I know in Newark, when Frontier used to come out of Newark, right? This was always international flight, okay? So you cannot show up for an international flight 30 minutes before the flight. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell that you would have got through security 30 minutes before. So this man came to the Frontier counter and was like, oh, my flight is such and such. And so I want to so they told him, no, you won't make the flight. So he started turning on his phone and he filming the people. Now, the woman who was so nasty and irate was one of our sisters. And people are going crazy on social media about how our sister was so irate with this man who missed his flight 30 minutes before. Now I'm going to share something with you. There would have been no smoke if this sister would have said this right here. Hey, Mimi, good morning, honey. If the sister would have just said, listen, The airline policy and TSA policy for an international flight, you must be here 3 hours before. And if you are not here 3 hours before, you will miss the flight, sir. That's it. And whatever the man was saying after he was filming or whatever like that, you ain't got nothing to do with that. You told him the rules. People were laughing at, people were laughing at the sister got fired. Did she deserve to be fired? Yes, she did. She deserved to be fired because she was egging the situation on. When she should have just said, sir, this is the airline policy. This is TSA policy. You must be here 3 hours before an international flight. Okay? So we can't do nothing about you being here now 30 minutes before the flight. That's what she should have said, but she didn't. She egged him on. She was laughing and this and that at the man. And that's why she got fired. She didn't get fired unjustly. It's how she reacted on social media. You understand? It's how she reacted on social media that got her in this problem. And a lot of people was like, oh no, she got, they fired her because she this, she that, talking about her color, this, not. No. If a Caucasian woman did the same thing, she'd have been fired too. You hear me? She'd have been fired too. If a Hispanic woman did the same thing, she'd have been fired too. Okay? These airlines do not play. And I worked in this system for many years. They do not play. The women who at the counter, they have to know how to speak properly to the passenger. Even when the passenger is acting nasty, they have to help. They have to hold themselves at a certain standard when they're talking to these passengers. Now, what she could have said was, sir, you know what? You missed your flight. You're supposed to be here 3 hours before, but you know what you could do? You know what I could do? I can rebook you. Okay? I could rebook you, but we're going to charge you a certain fee or whatever. Okay? That's the best thing that I can do. I'm going to charge you more, a little bit more, maybe $100 more for the next flight, or could have been $25 more for the next flight. And you'll get on this flight. But sir, once I give you the tickets, please go inside the gate so that you don't miss the flight. That's it. Not all this acting up on the phone and filming him too. None of that stuff. And that thing would have just, Frontier would have been so proud of you on how you handled that situation with this passenger who was being irate. You wouldn't have lost your job. You lost your job because you don't know how to be, you don't know anything about customer service. You don't know anything about how the customer is always right. And so that's why you lost your job. And then I heard someone that was on the live last night, this brother I was tuning into, the person was saying, oh, because all black women act like that. All black women act so ghetto and irate and nasty. And I'm going to share something with you. All of us don't. But there's a hefty majority that do that nonsense. Even when Take Heed got to handle business, it breaks my heart when I have an encounter with one of my sisters. Just recently trying to book a flight. And two of my sisters who I encountered was so nasty. Now, would I have reported them? I could have reported them, but I didn't report them. Okay. So the third person that I got, right? Because I said, once I got the nastiness, I said, they're not going to do it right. So I said, you know what? Have a nice day. I'll call back later. Okay. Now, the third try, I get a British woman. Okay. The third try, I get a British woman on the phone. Okay. And when I say she was superb, when I say sister girl was superb, you hear me? She was amazing. She was amazing. Sometimes, my sisters, I want y'all to understand this. There's no hate towards y'all. There's no hate towards y'all. But y'all know there have been times where you're dealing with your own that shit don't go right. You know what I'm saying? That they get nasty with you for no reason and you're trying to talk to them about something. And you could just be having your customer service, you yourself can be talking to them in the right manner, and then they're triggered because something happened at home with them, and so now they got an attitude coming to work, and so they give you all the smoke. Okay. And I'm gonna share something with you. When I get people like that, Tiki, I don't report them. I don't. Wanna know why? Cause the sister in me be like, what if she was going through something? What if she going through some hardship right now? And so that's why she got this attitude and she upset and she acting nasty. So I don't report. I just say I'll call back later. And then I usually get somebody else. But my God, the uncomfortable truth is some of my sisters, y'all nasty. Some of y'all nasty. And did this woman deserve to lose her job at Frontier? She did. That's not how you handle a customer. That's not how you handle a situation. Also, another thing too, I know we jumping all over the place, but I just want to go back to my main topic about what we was just talking about. I don't want to be labeled an FBA. I don't. I don't. So anybody who following me who, oh, take heed is FBA, and you think I have the same logic as you, I don't. I don't. A lot of the things I look I look through life with the lens of a mother eye. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff I can't agree. I can't agree. A lot of the stuff I can't agree. Do you know that Rodney Hinton Jr. has 2 sons with his wife? Do you know? He has 2 sons with his wife. And they're small. They're small boys. Do you know those boys will never be able to see their father ever again? If he don't win this case, them boys will never be able to see their father again. Y'all don't know what the court system got in store for the father. But these boys will grow up without their daddy. Them boys will grow up without their daddy. Good morning, Renee. How are you? King Libra, how are you, honey? And to all the newcomers, hello. Those boys will grow up, 2 young children with his wife. They will grow up without their father. The loving hand of their father. The wise counsel of their father. Because he crashed out about his oldest son being deleted. He didn't think that through. He didn't think it through. And I know the pain won't let you think it through when someone hurts your child. I understand that. But you sacrificed your 2 boys. You sacrificed their life because you wanted to seek revenge for the oldest one being deleted. Now you're going to have these boys, these 2 young boys, that they will only remember you when they were small. And they'll grow up without the guidance of their father. Now, thank God their grandfather is a man of substance. And I still believe Rodney is a man of substance too. He just did some shit that's crazy. Okay? I still believe he is a man of substance because the grandfather is a man of substance. And so now all these boys will be the grandfather, but not the love of their father, because we don't know what's going to happen to him. So it's heartbreaking to hear stuff like that. Now, I want to say alleged, but I heard that on the Facebook streets that he has 2 younger boys with his wife. and his wife is staying out of the limelight because she don't want anything to happen to her and the boys because she been receiving death threats and all that stuff like that. So she's trying to keep her and those boys off social media. So I don't blame her for that. But I know somebody will eventually probably dox this woman, and I pray she be okay. But it's sad. And the mother in me just can't agree with it like that. Like, this makes sense to me. I guess the human in me won't let me agree with the foolery. Okay? Okay, so I'm not going to agree with everything anybody says, and I can't. But I just, for myself, I don't want to be labeled FBA. I don't. I don't. Even though my background says that I'm FBA, but I feel like I don't want to be. The stuff that y'all spew be wild. And the thing is that some of these people not wrapped too tight. Like, you can actually do harm to somebody because some of y'all not wrapped too tight. And at the end of the day, the person who is promoting this foolery, they have a visa not a visa, but they have passports or visas too, that they can travel any part of the world and disappear. While we over here having a full-out war between black and white people. That's just my opinion. So we gonna move on. Because I know I was talking a long time about that foolery. We gonna move on. Me just ranting about how my feelings, Now, did y'all know that Joe Biden is back out on social media? I don't know where they dig this man up from, but they done got Joe Biden out here on social media. Baby, it's nasty, honey. Okay? It's nasty. Now, I want y'all to hear a clip first from the real, I think it's a real, let me see what it says first. The Real American Voice, okay? I don't follow them, but I think I followed them. Okay. So, I listened to it. I was like, wow. But let's go into it, okay? The Real American Voice. This is what happened. So Joe Biden y'all done brought him somewhere out that basement, huh? Okay? Trying to do damage control, but it's not working because he looking crazy on TV, baby. He looking wild. And y'all should be ashamed of yourselves because he should be somewhere resting because he can't understand what is going on, and it's sad. So here we go. Here's the first
from
clip.
reporter Mark Halperin, who basically says, he's echoed what I've said in the past, that the reason why this guy is out now is because Biden ink is dried up. Here's cut number 10. Check it out for yourself. Cut 10. Go.
11 o'clock this morning, the Bidens are live on The View here in Gotham City. There's a story in Politico today that says they've hired the former Pentagon spokesperson to manage the Biden comeback. I'm paraphrasing that Joe Biden wants to be out there. The 100 days is over. He wants to be prepared for the books that are coming out that will be critical of him. He wants to speak out against Donald Trump. He wants to defend his reputation. Politico is also reporting that the audio of the special counsel Hur of his interview with Joe Biden that caused her to judge Biden an elderly man with a poor memory, that the Trump administration is going to release that audio and that Biden's gearing up to fight back on all fronts. Now, you could say, as we've discussed, Biden's doing this to fight back, or Biden's doing this for his reputation. I talked to someone very familiar with the Bidens, and I think they've pointed out something that I'm going to say now that to me is the explanation, or at least part of the explanation, which is Biden Inc. has collapsed. All those Biden grandkids had a lavish lifestyle, which they very much liked. Hunter made hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. Joe, as a former president, is not in a position to get the same kind of paid speeches, corporate boards, book deal. Biden Inc. needs a source of revenue. And Hunter does, even though he was pardoned and he's not going to prison, Hunter does not have great earning capacity. And you look at the rest of the family.
Wait. The paintings aren't worth a lot?
No, the paintings are not worth a lot. So what I'm positing for you guys to weigh in on, Dan first, is my source right? Is what at least part of this is about, is the reality that Biden Inc., the trough is empty. The spigot has shut down. They need a way to get back in the game to make big money, to have the grandchildren fed and clothed and flown first class, etc.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying months ago.
I mean, it might be like shut down moving forward, but it's not like they don't have tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. The Bidens. What are you kidding me? Might be stashed in Chinese yuan somewhere. What are you talking about?
Think about it, that they don't have a source of income anymore. USAID has been cut out, right? You've got all the influence that he could have had is now gone. He doesn't have intelligence briefings anymore. He doesn't have clearance anymore. He doesn't have anything anymore. He's shut out. They have closed the spigot on the Biden crime family, and it couldn't happen to a nicer group of scumbags.
Yes, the artist Hunter got.
As far as I'm concerned,
he's not a bankable speaker.
No, he can't speak.
Wow, man, you
talk about Babar was an elephant, I believe. Yes,
he's not a bankable speaker. You're kidding.
He's not a bankable
What gave it away? You couldn't link a subject and a predicate together at gunpoint.
Yeah, and we're here talking about what, honey?
In other news, water is wet.
Yeah, not a bankable speaker.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're. I mean, you think they're broke?
I think they're probably going to be running out of money very soon. You think they have money just sitting around for 5 houses? No, it's constant. When you live on, when you're used to a certain amount of money, I'm sure it's coming in and it's going out. Look at what do you call it? Hunter Biden would complain. He's got to give half to his father. Well, guess what? That half is now not going to his father, and his father doesn't have anything coming in either.
Maybe he'll sell a painting because his paintings were worth a lot of money when he was in office.
He might have to sell that Corvette.
Why doesn't Joe go do the commercials for visiting angels? Well, they could go.
So this is all alleged, but you have Caucasian influencers who are wilding out on Joe Biden. Okay. This is all alleged, but they're saying that Biden Inc. is gone. Biden Inc. is gone. Now we all know, allegedly, okay, want to say alleged, that, oh God, that the money that they were receiving, as president, right? Because they all get a retirement, right? But they also is getting money from USAID, okay? USAID, and so Trump sealed all that as well. You're not going to be getting money from USAID. So allegedly, they like, we got to get Biden out here. We got to get him talking and this and that. And I don't know what's going on, but he cannot hold his own. You see him like zoning off. You know what? They got to sit him down. They got to sit him down, sit Biden down and put him in a wheelchair because he can't do it. He can't. And I know he wants to. Maybe his spirit's telling him, his heart is telling him he can still do it, but his mind is gone. His mind is gone. I don't care what nobody say. Okay? Now, I want to say alleged. I don't want to get sued. I don't have no money. Okay? But this is his interview. And this is Trish Reagan, okay, that comes in and say this. But the interview was horrible when he was at The View, okay? Stephen said, enough is enough. Baby, here we go.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that have come out, deeply sourced from Democratic sources, that claim in your final year there was a dramatic decline in your cognitive abilities. In the final year of your presidency, what is your response to these allegations, or are these sources wrong?
They are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that. Number one. Number two, one of the things
Alyssa, one of the things I think is that Jill to the rescue again, proving, by the way, Alyssa's point.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that have.
So instead of him answering the question, his wife had to come in and answer it. So only why people are saying that he's not able to do certain things is because now Jill is his wife. She's supposed to be able to come in and speak about her husband. But when the question was directed towards him, he's supposed to answer it. But when he looked like he was having problems, he looked at his wife. And then she began to answer the question. So for the last 4 years, okay, because some people like to say in his second year, you started seeing it. I like to say it too in the second year, because when you saw him falling all the time, I like something is wrong, right? But people were saying the first year that Joe was having a problem. President Joe Biden was having a problem the first year. Okay. Anyway, y'all, they out there. They ready to do shows and everything. So it's crazy, y'all. It's sad. It's sad and it's crazy. Okay. Now, you remember we were talking about Shiloh. We're going to jump to something else. You remember we were talking about Shiloh, right? And how she called one of our children the N-word, right? One of our children as a 5-year-old. This is the man who filmed Shiloh, and he is getting a lot of, he is getting a lot of hate for him filming what happened. So check out what he said. This is what he said. Shout out to On Site. Here we go.
My name is POSHMARK. I'm the guy who recorded that video of that racist woman that was insulting a 5-year-old child at the park here in Rochester, Minnesota. May I remind you guys, I have a clean criminal record. I've never committed a crime in my life. I am being punished for standing up, speaking up for a child. My address got leaked, my phone got leaked. Getting death threats by the minute. I have 4 children, the youngest one on the spectrum. He used to go play outside every day. He can't anymore. So, doing the right thing gets you punished, and doing the wrong thing gets you rewarded. Make that make sense, America. Hey, money.
Now he's right, because we're living in that day and time where when you report something and people are offended by you reporting it, they deem you as the enemy. Because Shiloh, y'all rewarded her. And I know it's a backlash because of Carmelo Anthony, because the black community rewarded Carmelo Anthony. Okay. So we know it's a backlash because Shiloh got rewarded for even just saying the N-word with the hard R. But let's continue, because this man said that now he can't even go outside. His phone number was leaked. His address was leaked. He has 4 children, and he's expecting one on the way. It's sad. It's sad to hear stuff like this. But this is the uncomfortable truth in America. If you get out here and you say, if you get out here and you speak truth to power, people get upset with you. Even take heed. Do you know how many names I've been called since I've been posting stuff about the whole Hinton Jr. situation? People have been calling me out my name. Everything you can think of, honey. And the thing is, they don't even know that the words that they're speaking, when I write back to them, because I write back, I respond. Okay, when it's too outrageous, I respond. And I tell them, the same words that you spoke upon me today, may they turn around and find you. You see? See how you turn that? You spoke evil upon me, and I'm going to turn around and say it back to you. May the same words that you spoke about me find you. Some of these people are saying the worstest thing just because I don't agree with them. Okay? Now, I know that this is not like, a fun topic to talk about, because you could see the views. It's not a fun topic. But I don't care. The truth still has to be out. Okay? So let's get into what the next thing that he finished.
May I remind you guys?
You called him a nigger, the child?
What the fuck you talking
Did you call the child the nigger word?
None of your fucking business.
It is my business. You call him a nigger? Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
Nigger.
All right, that's what you say.
You go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Nobody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a nigger?
Yeah.
That little child?
What if he acts like one, it's gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, a nigger, the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
Fuck off.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you. You call him a nigger?
And this is the thing. She said that the little boy was trying to take her son's stuff. So was it snacks in the bag? Was it toys in the bag that the boy was trying to take? Instead of you telling him, because parents correct children all the time. There's times where when our children were young and they would go to the doctor's office and I have the diaper bag and I have snacks in the diaper bag. Now the child is wrong to go inside the bag, but they're 5 years old. Most of these kids don't even understand or they know better. Or sometimes it could be something they saw, or maybe you giving the kids snacks and they're hungry. Okay, but there's been times where I have took, especially the biggest ones, when we used to go to the doctor when they were younger. They're the pediatrician. And I have the diaper bag and I got the little crackers, you know what I'm saying? The little animal crackers in the bag and stuff like that. And I bring a couple extra in the box. And the kids start eating them. Our kids was eating them, right? And then you see some little boy come over and look at you. He hold his hands like this, you know, looking at you. And I look at the mama. I said, can he have some? And she'll tell me, yeah, he can have some. I give him one of the boxes, okay? And he say, thank you. You know, kids do that. That doesn't mean you call them an N-word with the hard R. That doesn't mean you like chase the child around the doggone playground. Where's the parent at? You know what I'm saying? This is why y'all have to pay attention to your children when you take them to the playground. Where was the mama all that time? The child walking around and this woman is following the baby to say mean things to the baby. That's stupid. And then everybody who donated to this woman, we all know it was because it wasn't that you believed the woman was right. It wasn't that you believed it. It's just that you wanted to show that y'all can raise money just like black folks raise money for Carmelo Anthony. It's just a tit for tat type of thing. Because at the end of the day, we all know that Shiloh is a scumbag. I'm just saying. We all know that. Because who says that? Just like we all know that Carmelo Anthony is, listen, I don't care how you turn it or how you spin it. Bullying does not mean death. I'm sorry. Okay? Okay? Bullying does not mean death. And even though Carmelo Anthony is one of our own, bullying doesn't mean death. It doesn't. Just like a few months ago, not even a few months ago, 3 years ago, okay? 3 years ago, same situation happened with a Caucasian boy and a Hispanic boy, okay? The Caucasian boy brought a knife to school. I don't even know how he got it into school, but he brought the knife to school, and he knew this other boy, Ramirez, and him had a problem. They were supposed to fight. Ramirez always liked to film his fights. Okay, hey Walker. Ramirez always liked to film his fights. So he wanted to fight this Caucasian boy in the bathroom. Okay, but the boy had another thing coming. He had a knife and he stabbed Ramirez a couple of times. Bullying does not mean death. He had time to tell somebody that this boy wanted to fight him. He had time to report this boy to somebody. But no, okay? Y'all believe bullying means death, and it doesn't. So I could never agree that this makes sense. But anyway, back to Shiloh foolishness. People said, oh, she lost her job. She might lose her kids. And that's why you have to be mindful of the shit that you say. See, you could say racist stuff, all the stuff you want to say. You could say racial hatred things to people, but you got to understand there's a consequence after you say these things. See, you could go up to a black person and call them all types of names and this and that, but just be advised you're going to get your ass whooped. I'm just saying, okay? Because I know a lot of y'all, you know, is freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say. That's true, but you got to be able to bear the consequences, okay? Because you up here calling somebody out their name, but you don't know if the person ready to go to war with you over you calling them out their name. I'm just saying, so you got to be able to bear the consequences when you get out here and you think you want to leap on somebody. Now, take heed to the message does not support violence. I don't. But there's always a consequence to something. If you do something to somebody, someone will always make sure that there's a consequence to all this foolery. I'm just saying. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all, for the noise. Our oldest daughter is home today. That's why I ain't do no show yesterday. Our oldest daughter is home, so the dog is jumping around and making all types of noise in the kitchen. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Also, I wanted us to talk about, let me see what else we got. I wanted us to talk, let me see. Do y'all remember Marcus Lamont Hill? He went off on the Piers Morgan, right? Okay. He went off on Piers Morgan's show because there was a woman who is a famous YouTuber, right? And she uses the N-word all the time, okay? And they're talking about how Mark Lamont crashed out, okay? They're talking about how he crashed out all over social media, okay? Here we go.
In a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will
well, go
not
on, then say it. Say
you
the
will
N-
not
Go on, say the N word. Go on.
No,
Don't
invite. No. I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. One Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do, but we already know some racism, and I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there.
I don't want to live in a...
And so I'm going to share something with you. Is the woman wrong, the Caucasian woman, is she wrong to say that she don't want to live in a world where she has to be silenced on her speech, on her language, and what she believes that she can say? Okay? Let's play it one more time.
In a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will
well, go
not
on, then say it. Say
you
the
will
N-
not
Go on, say the N-word. Go on.
Don't invite. No.
Now I want to share something with you before we get to Lamont going off, okay? The thing is that if a black person who is a content creator, a black person who is in a business, okay, a black person who is the creme de la creme, and he says something racist, okay, about another race, he gonna get canceled. Just like if a Caucasian person say something about another race, they're gonna get canceled. So it's the same and same, okay? Same and same when it comes to that. If you get up here and you talking bad about another race, people don't want to be around you. You gonna get canceled. So she's wrong about that. But the thing is that they give, and I want to say, for her saying the N word with the hard R on her own show, because she has her own show, that gives a lot of other Caucasian people to believe that they can say this word in front of someone and not reap, the consequences. And this is the thing, you're not going to have a lot of black people, you know what I'm saying, African Americans, that know that you're just trying to get a rise out of them. Okay? You're not gonna get a lot of African American people that just said, nah, this some bullshit, let me just walk away. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get somebody that's gonna say, nah, I'm ready, gang gang. And they're going to hurt one of y'all. Because there's certain things, and I don't know why in the black community that this is triggering so bad to us, that we can tear down shit that's crazy, but we say it to each other. That's the only thing that hurts so bad, that we don't go crazy on each other when we say the word. Like, we have made the word royalty. And a lot of people were saying to me, take heed, it's not made royalty, but we use it. We use it like we call you a queen, you a king. We use this word just like that. Okay? Now, Walker said, we don't cancel you, we whoop ass. Now, check this out. I watched on IG, now take heed to the message, does not support violence, okay? But I watched on IG a Caucasian woman, she spit on a black woman, okay? Spit on her. They first got into an argument or whatever. The black woman pulled out her phone, and, my melanated sister pulled out her phone and was filming the situation. Okay, so the situation had went left, and a Caucasian woman spit on her. Now I'm gonna share something with you. That's the most nastiest thing you could ever do to somebody, is spit on them. So she got what she wanted. She got what she wanted. She got the rise out of the sister, and she got what she wanted. So yes, as no matter what color you are, you can be Caucasian, you could be Hispanic, you could be any race that you are, or whatever. But understand, when you say certain things to people, okay, you may not just get a rise out of them, you may get an ass whooping. Okay? It may not just be the rise only. You may get an ass whooping. So you have to be mindful of what you say to people. Because sometimes, some of these content creators will give you courage to do shit to people. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you courage. Like right now, you got some FBA people who they're giving people courage to get out here and do something to the police. They're giving them courage. Oh, something happened to your kid, you get out here and do something to the police. And you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? You might get deleted too. You might get deleted too. Like, you may not even you might not be able to even get to the police officer. You may get deleted before you get to the police officer. I'm just saying, there's consequences to what everybody does. You may not be held at high esteem like Rodney right now. Rodney, everybody has got this brother on a pedestal, that he did an amazing job. And I'm going to share something with you. Take heed. I can't rock with y'all with that. I can't. Now, some of y'all may hate me for it, and that's your business. You may call me a mammy, a house ninja, whatever you want to call me. But I can't rock with it, because the person that he deleted was not the person that did that to his child. So I can't call it jungle justice. I can't call it an eye for an eye, because he deleted an innocent person. It was innocent blood that he spilled. Okay, now if he got the cop that did it to his kid, then okay, I my heart probably could look at it differently. But he deleted somebody else that wasn't even affiliated with the police department, and that somebody, a whole family, is crushed because of some nonsense that a cop had done. Okay, that didn't assess the situation correctly. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay? So anyway, the Paris Morgan situation is wild. It's crazy. I don't even know how he just was it was too much, but it still was good. It was too much. The Red Cup podcast, she dropped this as well. I want y'all to hear this too. Here we go.
With black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word?
people.
When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist, and you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch. And shame on you. You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable. Do you use it with black people?
Now, Paris Morgan invited this woman because of views too. It wasn't that, oh, he invited her to get her point of view. He invited her because of views too. Because they look at this young lady, and I don't even know her name, but they look at this young lady that she says the N-word freely, and she lost her job, she lost everything, but her social media career is booming. But remember, eventually when the social media stops and you drop, what do you have to look forward to? What do you have to look forward to? Because social media eventually drops. You have to have something to look forward to or build something, because it doesn't stay forever. That's one thing. You eventually drop on social media. If you don't keep working at it, you eventually just die away like a lot of content creators do. Because when they get so big, they just stop working. Okay? They don't put more effort into it. So with her telling people that, oh, this is what I say anytime I feel like it. And so other Caucasian people will say that this is what I say anytime I feel like it. And you will bear the consequences. You know what I'm saying? You might get someone from our community that don't give two shits, because we have people in our community that they get two flying F's about what they gonna do to you. Once you call them out their name, you got some. And then you got some who got a lot of shit going on in their life, and so they don't want to deal with that nonsense. They'll walk away from you because they don't want to go to jail. But we have a lot of ours that they'll crash out. They will go and break you off a piece of that ass whooping. Okay? So y'all got to be mindful of who you talk to. And my people as well. Y'all got to be mindful of who you run into too. And a Caucasian person, if you getting disrespectful with them and they know how to fight. Okay? Not all Caucasian people are punks. Some of them know how to fight too. So you have to be mindful of what you say. That's why I keep going to the words that my mama used to say to me. If you don't have nothing nice to say about somebody, close your mouth. If you don't have something nice to say about somebody, close your mouth. My brothers and sisters, I want to share something with y'all, and this is from every color, okay? They want us to war. That's why you hear all these content creators like, yeah, let's get it. They want us to war against each other. That is to just distract us from the real shit that's going on. That's to distract us for the real nonsense that's going on with the small hat people, also Ukraine, also Ibrahim Troy Ray, a lot of stuff. Do you know they banned 22 nations in Africa so far? Okay? They banned 22 nations in Africa so far because of the shit that's going on with France. Okay? So it's a lot of nonsense. They need us to get in here and do this foolery because it distracts America. Because they know if Americans, this is one thing about America that I love. All of us from every race. When we see shit that's not right and we unite together and be like, that shit is wrong, they stop. Whatever they doing, they stop because they don't want us to be looking. They don't want us to be like, okay, wait a minute, our tax money is going where? You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to be looking. But when we start focusing on stupid shit like this right now, I'm about to drop my phone. When we start focusing on stupid shit like this, okay, then they can get to do whatever they want to do behind the curtain. Do you know the Small Hat people has not been delivering any supplies to the Gaza people, and it's been more than 4 months. It's been more than 4 months. Do you know the Ukraine president is not supposed to be the president anymore? Do you know he's not supposed to be the president anymore? Okay? But because he got enact martial law, he's still there. But he's not supposed to be in there anymore. A new president is supposed to be in here now, so that they can make a deal and calm this shit down with Russia. That's the uncomfortable truth. He not supposed to be the president anymore. They only got 5 years. They supposed to be president. That's it. 5 years. He going into the 5th year. He not supposed to, I think it's 5 already. He ain't supposed to be president no more. They supposed to have did the voting and everything. He's supposed to get his ass out of there with those dancing shoes he had on with them heels. Y'all remember he was doing I don't know what the hell he was doing with them fake titties and everything. I don't know what the hell was going on. He's supposed to not be there anymore, okay? Ibrahim Troy Ray, right now, he got two major powers behind him right now, okay? He got North Korea. He got Russia. 2 monsters that are on the world stage behind him. Okay? All because France is talking about the gold they got is theirs. Where? There's no gold mines in France. How is that gold jaws? There's no gold mines in France. Something is wrong there. How? When Troy Ray says send that gold back, y'all supposed to send that gold back. It belongs to the people. It belongs to them. But what did y'all do? Y'all sent one of our brothers that's a general down there and allegedly story on Traore to make it seem like he's stashing the gold for himself. Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to talk about that. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but we're distracted by the black and white issue. If it ain't black and white, it ain't right. If it ain't black and white, it ain't right. When we talk about, and this is another thing too, and I did a video on this many years ago when it first happened, but what I did, I just clipped the picture and reposted it again on my Facebook. But am I saying his name right? Trey Nichols, okay? This young man worked at FedEx, okay? I think it was FedEx he worked at. He was dating a baby mama of a black police officer, an African-American police officer, allegedly, because somebody said they might be from different descents. I don't know, but we gonna say that, okay? So 4 or 5 African-American police officers pulled this man over. He was coming from seeing this woman, okay, because her baby father was a police officer, coming to see this man. He was coming from seeing this woman. They pulled him over for no reason, and they began to whoop on this man's ass and then deleted this brother, okay? All because of some JJ. And y'all remember I talked about this, I think it was in 23. We talked about this same case, okay? And I said, how? My brothers, you losing your life over some woman and her baby father is a crash out, okay? Baby father could be a police officer. Baby father could be a lawyer and still be a crash out, because whatever she got between her legs, he still want it. And he don't want her to be with nobody else. And so this man, okay, Try Nichols, I'm saying his name wrong. Trey, I'm still saying his name wrong. It's not Terrence. I know I'm saying his name wrong, but we gonna say Nichols. Mr. Nichols lost his life, okay, because of some foolery. He lost his life by 5 brothers. But if it ain't white, it ain't right. Where was all the marching? He lost his life because of a woman. That's right, Walker. Walker said a crash out cop is worst kind of crash out. Yes. He lost his life because of a woman. Those 5 brothers will not be held. The charges for murder was dropped. Now I don't know what else they're going to do, but the charges for murder was dropped, and clearly they murdered this man. Clearly they murdered this man. But, you know, if it ain't white and black, it ain't right. If it ain't black and white, it ain't right. Where is all the activists when he died? Where were these people? This man was minding his business. The only problem is that he started messing with a woman who the baby daddy is a police officer that was a crash out. He deleted some man over some pussy. Ain't that nasty? But that's the uncomfortable truth. There's a lot of stuff that is going on. But they got to keep Americans distracted and bring up the hatred and the deep-seated hatred that is between us. Do I believe that Caucasian people should continue to pay for the sins of their forefathers? Do I believe that? I don't. Some people say they should, but I don't. I don't believe they should pay for the sins of their forefathers. I don't. Do I believe that they should still continue to be punished for things that happen to our lineage? I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm not one of those. I don't want to hold that in my heart. I'm not one of them that believe that, but I'm going to share something with you. Do I believe that it's still racism exists in America? It does. It does. Nobody will tell me it doesn't. I see it all the time. And sometimes it's even in your workplace. There's how you do business. Stuff like that is everywhere, but it's low key. What do Take Heed try to do to rise above the foolery? And if I feel that you that way, I don't rock with you. I leave you be. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do with the FB family. I'm going to have to leave y'all be. And whoever say that that's what they are, that's your business. I'm not here to judge you. Because even y'all question who I am. Like, you could clearly hear it in my voice that I'm Jersey. You could clearly hear it in my voice that I'm African American. But you question because I think for myself. I don't agree with everything that y'all say. So you question my lineage. And even when I talked to my auntie this weekend, okay, I love my auntie. Even when I talked to her this weekend and she tell me that this is what you are, because I want to get clarity, because, you know, you got your family talking. I want to get clarity. Even when she tells me, I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm FB. I'm not. Even though I know I am, but I want to get clarity. But I'm not going to be repping that, because a lot of y'all is dark. Like, y'all want a race war. I don't. You know what I want to do? After I get off this live, I want to be able to drive down to Dunkin'. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to drive down to Dunkin' and get my iced coffee. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to go grocery shopping. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, just go pick up something that, I might want to spice it up with some salad tonight and steak and stuff like that. I don't want to have a race war. I don't. I think it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I mind my business. I don't stop in certain towns when I ain't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I guess that makes me weak, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really for the ride to die shit unless you come into my property. Then all bets are off then. Okay? Unless you get on my shit, you get into the house. And then you will see shit that the devil has never seen that I'll throw on your ass. Then that's different, That's different. But take heed to the message does not support violence. Okay? I'm just saying. We out here, we're not looking at the bigger picture. We're looking at dumb shit. And we're, in my heart, I just don't believe we should continue to just blame white people. Like, how many years do we continue to say that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm a project kid. I don't get around here and blame white people for the shit that I've been through. I don't. Because at the end of the day, you have a choice. The devil always give you a choice. He can introduce stuff to you, but there's always a choice. You can let people take you out of character, or you can stay into character and just move on. I'm just saying. Don't get me wrong. He has been pulled out of character sometimes. I have. I ain't lying. I can't get up here and say that I'm perfect at it. I have been pulled out of character sometimes, but my king would usually be near me and say, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And then I'll just look at the person like, my husband saved you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Okay, so I want y'all to hear this because this woman came to social media and she said husbands should pay stay-at-home moms. Now, I know this is a rendition from the past, but another woman who's not in her right mind came to social media with this foolery. Here we go. This is what she said.
People in the comments say that she can't be married to have this point of view, but she thinks that stay-at-home moms should get a very hefty salary from their husbands. Listen to this.
If you are a stay-at-home mom, you should be receiving a salary from your husband. If you are a stay-at-home mom, otherwise known as a non-compensated working mom, and you are married to a man,
non-compensated,
your husband, the compensated partner, should be paying for the uncompensated labor. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of pissed off men in the comments, but try to replace you. Try to replace a stay-at-home mom. You're going to be paying for a chauffeur, a chef, a nanny, a project manager for the house. In fact, recent data has shown that stay-at-home moms, non-compensated working parents, if you had to pay them a salary, it would be at least $175,000 a year. So if you are a non-compensated working mom, if you are a stay-at-home mom, you deserve a salary from your husband. I said it.
Not only does she say you deserve a salary from your husband, but your work is worth $170,000. Most American households aren't bringing that in. People in the comments say that she can't be married.
So I'm going to share something with you. If this is marriage is, please don't get married. Do you hear me? If you believe that this is what marriage is, please don't get married. Because aren't those children yours? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not just your husband's kids. Like, those children are yours. As a mama, you want to make sure the child is eating, the child has clean clothes, the child is going to the doctor, the child is attending the sports and school and stuff like that. As a mama, you want your child to be okay. You want your child to get nutritious foods and stuff like that. You want your child to be able to go to the dentist and everything like that. You want your child to be able to go to the eye doctor and stuff like that. This is the uncomfortable truth. Elizabeth, thank you, baby, for the $5 super chat. She says, stay blessed. My dear, I'm trying. Okay? This is the uncomfortable truth. Why do you think this makes sense? Why do you think that this makes sense? And a lot of women in the comment section was like, yeah, that's right, you foolish. The rest of y'all who was like, yeah, that's right, you foolish. Yes, she does, Renee. Renee says she sound cray-cray for that one. She does. Y'all, some of y'all, and y'all believe that this is right. Now I'm going to share something with you. If a man has to pay you to take care of his children, right? Okay? And he has to pay you to take care of the home and everything like that, okay? In the contract, it better be, I'm supposed to get that but JJ anytime I feel like it. I don't care if your head hurt. I don't care if your back hurt. I don't care if you hit your knee somewhere. You better open up for me, because that better be in the contract too. Like, I don't even care. Like, I just want what I want, because now we talking about this is a business transaction, because a business transaction, they don't care what happened. You better produce. Okay? You better produce. A business transaction, they don't care what happened. Oh, I was too tired to clean the house today. A business transaction don't care. You better clean this house. I don't care if your head hurt. I don't care. A business transaction, you supposed to make sure there's food in the house. There's food on the table. Okay? I better have a warm meal every day. That's the transaction. Okay? A business transaction, you must produce. Okay? When I say give me head, I want head. Okay? That's in the contract too. Okay? Because if we're really talking about he's supposed to pay you and these are your babies, what are we doing? These your babies. As a mama, your baby's sick. You supposed to take care of your baby. You know what the reward of motherhood is? Anybody know what the reward of motherhood is? It's to watch these children grow into titans. That is the reward of motherhood. To watch these children grow into titans. And they do right with their life. And when God called you to glory, get ready to call you to glory, and you watch these children stand around your bed at the hospital, and they look at you and you smile at them, you see them all crying, and you smile at them, and they say to you, Mama, you were an amazing mother, and we love you for all that you have done. And Mama, you can go to sleep. That is the reward of a mother. That's a reward of the mother. That she can go to sleep, close her eyes, and never worry that her children are going to live a horrible life. That she gave them the tools to live. That she gave them the right and wrong tools to live. That is a blessing of a mother. That's a blessing of a mother, where she can say, I raised these children with my husband. I gave them the fundamentals of life. And now God is calling me home. So when you look at your children, you don't get sad, because you know you raised them well. You don't get sad. You don't cry, because you smile at them and say, I'm proud of all of them. Look at them looking back at me. This is what a mother thinks when God is ready to call her home. So that's why she easily closed her eyes. See, a mother who is fighting to stay here, you won't see her close her eyes, because she know, she looking around. She can't smile. That's how you know that she's scared to leave these children. Okay? She's scared to leave them because she knows she didn't give them the fundamentals. But when a mother knows she gave her children the fundamentals, and she watched these titans march in and look at her as she going on to glory, all she does is look at them, she smile, and she close her eyes, because she know they're going to be okay. That's the blessing of being a mother and a father. Money is not the answer. Talking about he need to pay you a salary. If you ain't want those kids, you better learn how to close those legs. You shouldn't have been married. Don't get married. Don't get married. Just be out here doing your own thing. Just do your own thing, baby. Okay? So that's just my response to that foolery. Okay? Now, I want to share something with y'all because we don't talk about this enough. But there's a sister that they finally caught. And she was she what she does is meet guys and she, drugs them, okay? This is a melanated sister. She meet guys and she drugged them and robbed them. And this is not posted enough on social media that these things can happen to men. They only talk about, these things can happen to women. But check out this breakdown. This is what happened. Here we go.
Arrest of a New York woman who is accused of meeting men on South Beach, drugging them and robbing them. Police say that it all started back in 2023.
And NBC6's Steve Litz has more on the luxury thefts and why police think there could be more victims.
Brittany Scott accused of meeting up with men, likely drugging them, say police, and then ripping them off. The prosecutor and the judge with this discussion.
The concern is, what is she slipping them?
They choose to take somebody home when they meet in a club. We can't be everybody's parent. We got to be careful when we pick up somebody in a club.
All of the victims describe a similar situation, meeting Scott on South Beach, having drinks, and then going back to their homes. One man lives in a building in the Brickell area, another in Wynwood. Scott appeared in court on 3 separate instances. The prosecutor said one encounter was violent.
The defendant hit him in the head with a bottle of wine and he lost consciousness.
But in other instances, police say Scott slipped her victims drugs.
Once they fall asleep, then she steals their watches. In these 3 cases, they were Rolex watches, and takes their credit cards. Immediately thereafter, she starts racking up charges on their credit cards.
Scott told the judge she took a plea deal on similar charges on Monday and was on probation when she was arrested.
And police did have that suspect on surveillance video so they know what she looked like, and an officer spotted her right over here on Northwest 7th Avenue near 81st Street yesterday and then arrested her. Live in Northwest Miami-Dade, I'm Steve Litz, NBC6 News.
But we only hear that about men doing that. And when women do it, it's like hush hush. Nobody talks about it because it's like a taboo that women don't do this mess to men. Okay, and just like one of y'all mentioned a famous artist as well in the chat. I can't say the name. I don't want to get sued. Okay, but Steven said that's nasty, and Steven is right. But there are women out here that do this foolishness, and I'm gonna share something with you, my brothers. Y'all be mindful. Okay, be mindful when you're trying to get pussy. Be mindful. There are a lot of women out here that's up to some. They're up to some foolery. Okay, be mindful. Also, my sisters, I want to share something with y'all too, because this broke my heart, but this is so true what this young woman said. It broke my heart, but it was true. There are times where men will go out, because I tell y'all all the time, a man by nature, okay? My brothers, don't think I'm giving you hate, okay? But we gonna get a little fresh here, okay? Naomi, how are you, baby? A man by nature, he doesn't put on a condom by nature, okay? He doesn't. By nature, he doesn't use a condom, okay? If you don't require him to put on a condom, he will go in you raw, okay? I want you to understand this. And sometimes some of y'all women think it's love, but this can lead you to a door that you don't even want to be in front of. Do you hear me? This could lead you to a door that you do not want to be in front of. This can be any color. You hear me? Any color man, I don't care what's his background. By nature, men don't use condoms by nature. Do you hear me? Unless they have been burned a couple of times and then they learn, like, let me strap on something. But by nature, no, because screwing without a condom feels good, okay? So they want to make sure they get all the juices and the wine and everything that's within this woman's body. Do you hear me? So they want to feel every nick and cranny of this woman. Okay? So this what this sister came. She came to she's the side chick to this woman's boyfriend or husband. It's the side chick, okay? And she come to the door crying because she trying to get in touch with this man. He's not answering the phone. And this broke my heart, but I was like, damn, this is so true. It ain't even funny, okay? And it's not no skit, honey. It ain't no skit. The woman is too serious, y'all. Check this out. Here we go.
Told you. He gave me something. I'm here to clear everything up. I'm trying to come to you properly and everything because he don't want to answer his messages or anything. So I'm coming to you right now to let you know that I got checked and I got something. So we need to clear it all up right now.
You have the wrong apartment.
No, I don't got the wrong apartment. I've been to this place plenty of times, honey.
What, you
been here plenty of times. Yes, I've been here plenty of times.
How many times?
Lots of times. Trust me. Trust me. I've been here lots of times. Okay? So all I really need to know is how we get this resolved. Because now I got something. Because he wanted to play around with everybody. And I really don't got no time for this, okay?
Keep saying he a lot.
Yeah, your man. You know who I'm talking about. Your man. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I know it. I've seen it in the pictures. I've seen it. You know what man I'm talking about, okay?
No, I don't.
Yes.
Pictures.
Just told you.
And she crying so hard. So more than likely it's something she can't get rid of. Because she crying so hard to this other woman telling her, your man gave it to me. I've been in this house a million times. Your man. She didn't say his name, but she said, your man. What man are you talking about? The woman who filming her, she know. But she want to make sure she say it. And then the video had cut off. But this is the sad part, is that men by nature, and this is why I take heed, don't subscribe to what some of these other content creators say, that, oh, the man is supposed to protect himself. He's supposed to use a condom. He ain't supposed to go up in you raw. I'm going to share something with you. By nature, ask a man, would they put on a strap? I'm not a strap, I'm sorry. Ask a man, would they put on a condom? By nature. If they really want to tell the truth, ask them, would they put on a condom? They'll tell you no. There was a famous content creator that he said that he could tell when a woman got something. I almost fell out. I said, oh, hell no. He said he could tell when a woman got something. He said he feels more excited when a woman don't ask him to use protection. Why? Why? Because you don't know if she's trying to give you something. Why would you feel special? Because she didn't ask you to put on a condom. Why would you feel special? You sound boo-boo the fool. And you got these younger ones thinking that this makes sense. First of all, nobody tells these people about AIDS. And no matter how much medication you take, okay? It doesn't matter. You'll still have it. It may not show up because they have medication that say you won't even show up. You won't even pass it on to anybody. They tell you all this foolery. But when you stop taking the medication and you sleep with somebody, you're going to pass it. Okay? You're going to pass it. The uncomfortable truth is, if you don't require a man to use a condom, my sisters, he's not. He's going to go up in you raw because the juices between your legs is nothing compared to anything on earth. Okay? The juices between your legs is nothing compared to anything on earth. Okay? Nothing on earth. That waterfall between your legs is something that can never be compared to anything. Okay? That's why when he hit it a certain way, he himself, his eyes roll up in the back of his head because it's that sweet. Okay? I'm just saying. So a man is not going to require, and I don't even care if he's rich, I don't care if he's famous, I don't care who he is, and I don't care what color he is. A man by nature, okay? A man by nature is not going to just come up and say, let's use protection. He's not, unless he's been burned a couple of times and he wants to protect himself. But if you don't force the issue, he's not going to force the issue. He's not going to force the issue if you don't say anything. Men don't, and that's a weakness that men have. And I'm sorry, my brothers, don't get upset with me when I say that about you, but that is a weakness a lot of men have. Like if he about to put on a condom, right? And a woman say, you don't have to put on a condom, okay? He's gonna agree. He gonna agree with her. And he gonna blow her back out without having a condom on. Because that's what by nature is usually, that's what happens. That's why when a man on a down low, right? These down low brothers, you have some down low brothers, right? Say they do that, that gang thing, all of them together, they do, because some, they got that hotline where they all meet together and they screwing each other and sucking off each other, whatever. That hotline that they got going on now, okay? And I only heard this hotline because, some people told me about it, and I was like, what? I didn't even know they had a hotline like that. But it's an app or something that they all meet up. I didn't even know they had it. The person that told me is in my family, and I was shocked. I was like, what? So they don't even use protection. So you got down low brothers that's going to sleep with same sex, and they not even using protection, okay? And they coming back to women, and you don't know what they doing with these men, and then they come back, and now you got something you can't get rid of. I'm just saying, be mindful of what y'all do. I don't care how good he look. He looked like a Greek god. I don't care how good he look. I don't care how much money he spent on you. Baby, if it ain't your husband, you better make him strap up. And take heed to the message doesn't want to get, I don't want y'all to believe I support you being out here giving pussy away and all that stuff like that. But I'm just letting you know that if you don't have this man to strap up, his mind is not going to allow him to do it. His mind is not, unless he's been burnt before, he's trying to protect himself. Other than that, he's gonna go on you raw. If you welcome a man to go on you raw, he gonna blow that back out. He gonna blow it out. He gonna blow it out. So this woman has a dilemma, and I feel bad for her. But when you make these type of decisions, when you make stupid decisions, you get, stupid prizes, okay? This is the truth. My sisters, you got to understand that your body is your temple. Everybody ain't supposed to be in your body screwing you. Everybody ain't supposed to be putting you in doggy style. I'm just letting you know. Be mindful. Just because someone look good don't mean that they are good inside. You know what I mean when I say that. Also, here's another one. Dr. Du Bois had put this out on his social media, and I loved it. And I was like, I gotta clip this, cause now we hearing stuff about Smokey Robinson. I would have never thought they would mention Smokey Robinson and all this foolery. I would have never thought. Okay, but there's a certain type of behavior you have to have when you're a rich man. You hear me? There's a certain type of behavior when you see that you're going into greatness, that you got to learn how to, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Dr. Du Bois dropped this, and I want y'all to hear it. Here we go.
Terrell Taylor, or JTT, or better known as The Game, has been ordered to sell his multi-million-dollar mansion in California to pay back a woman who accused him of sexual assault. The Game was sued in 2015 by Priscilla Rainey, who alleged that the rapper inappropriately touched her during the production of his VH1 series She's Got Game, in which she was a contestant. Now, The Game denied these allegations, but he failed to appear in court in 2016, which led to a default judgment, which means he technically lost the lawsuit. So Rainey was awarded $1.31 million in compensatory damages. Now, these are damages for things like medical bills, loss of wages, pain and suffering, and emotional distress. She got an additional $6 million in punitive damages. That's the money that's paid to the injured party on top of the compensatory damages. Now, these are designed to punish the defendants whose conduct is considered grossly negligent or intentional, and they're intended to basically set an example to deter others from committing similar acts. Now, after years of the game not paying the lawsuit, a judge ordered the game to sell his Calabasas home in order to help finance the $7 million judgment. Now, the game fought back against the ruling and insisted that because his home was his primary residence, it's protected under the California homestead exemption. Now, under California law, a homestead exemption means that primary residences cannot be forced to sell their home to satisfy a legal judgment as long as the home's equity is less than or equal to the exemption amount. Now, this exemption is designed to protect a portion of your home's equity from creditors or lawsuits like the game, which allows you to retain ownership even if you face financial difficulties. The maximum protected equity amount is around $700,000. So what this would mean is that if the game's house was worth, say, $4 million, and they only owed the bank, say, $1 million on the loan, he would make a profit of $3 million if he was to sell the house. And the equity would be $3 million, which is much more than the $700,000 threshold. So the game's legal team argued that the property was owned by JTT Holdings, a company in which the game has equity. However, the court determined that JTT Holdings is a shell company and that the mansion could be forcibly sold to cover the damages. Now, the court also ruled that the game's transfer of ownership to his manager, Cash Whack 100 Jones, was a bona fide gift and an attempt to shield the property from seizures, and this is the reason that the game is forced to sell his mansion in Calabasas. Now, the reason that I'm talking about all of this is because most people think that if you set up a limited liability company, an LLC, that you're automatically protected from lawsuits. An LLC does generally protect its owners or members from personal liability for most business debts and obligations. However, LLC members can be held personally liable for their own wrongful acts, such as fraud or negligence and misconduct, even if committed while acting on behalf of an LLC. Also, if someone transfers ownership of an asset to another person to avoid a lawsuit, you can pursue legal action to recover that asset. This is often referred to as fraudulent conveyance, and this conveyance allows creditors to challenge transfers of assets if they believe the transfer was made to hinder, delay, or defraud them. If you believe a transfer is fraudulent, you can file a lawsuit to set aside that transfer and recover that asset. So it's important to understand that an LLC is great for tax purposes when running a business, but it's not a shield for illegal acts. If you're personally doing something illegal, you'll personally be held financially responsible, and they can go after your assets just like they did with the game in his mansion in Calabasas. And you can't just simply transfer things over to people as a gift, because a good attorney will track that down and grab those assets. My advice to you is just always do good business. Listen, I hope this helps. Have a great day. Casey on Terrell Tate.
The moral of the story is stay away from them hoes. That's the moral of the story. You ever see am I gonna say his name right? Keanu Reeves. I hope I'm saying his name right. If you ever see Keanu Reeves, right? Reeves. I hope I'm saying his name right. When he take pictures with women, you always see him hold his hands like to his back. You ever see that all the time? The one who played in The Matrix, because I'm saying his name wrong, okay? He always puts his hands in the back. Like, he never touched women. You always see him, he never, like, grabs them, hold them anyway. Because somebody must have taught him when he was younger, okay? So he doesn't do stuff like that, okay? He doesn't. He don't hug nobody. He don't let anybody touch him. He doesn't move his hands at all. He puts his hands behind his back. Like, you can't say, oh, he hugged me, he did this. He doesn't. And now, mind you, these men who are famous, they might just be affectionate towards this woman. Maybe they're just like, they grab her by the shoulder, you know, hold her or something like that. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm still going to say his name wrong, but thank you, honey. So he may like hug her or something like that because they're trying to take a picture. But then some woman will say, oh, he touched the top of my breast, this and that. Oh, I'm seeking damages. As a man, you're walking on thin ice. Like, just interacting with women, you're walking on thin ice. You understand? And it's so sad. Okay, it's so sad. You walk on thin ice. Mind you, the person want to take a picture with you, but if you make a mistake and touch her behind a little bit, or you put your hand on her hip or something like that, and she says that she feels that you are doing something fresh to her, you lose everything. Like, who would have thought Smokey Robinson, as old as Smokey is right now, who would have thought Smokey Robinson, allegedly, they said he doing all this stuff. Smokey Robinson. I remember meeting him at the Delta ticket counter, and I almost fell out. And he looked at me, he said, "You are too young to know who I am." I said to him, "I know you." He laughed so hard. I said, "I know who you are." Oh my God. Can you imagine? Smokey Robinson. As many draws this man was getting thrown at him. Women were throwing these draws from the free throw line. Okay? Like, every type of woman wanted to mess with him. My mama wanted to sleep with Smokey. Okay? My aunties wanted to sleep with Smokey. Okay? And if my grandmother was alive, she probably wanted to sleep with Smokey too. And so now we have allegation that Smokey Robinson has been doing stuff to the women who worked for him in his house. I'm just saying. It's crazy. Men cannot do anything. You have to keep your hands to yourself. Like, don't touch nobody. Like, even get your wife to get in the picture. Like, hold my hands or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Get your wife to be on top of you while the lady's trying to hold you. You know what I'm saying? Get your wife to hold your hands and stuff. Like, it's sad. It's sad. Because your wife, I need my wife here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't blame men now when they say I don't take pictures. I don't blame them. Oh, I don't take pictures. You know what I'm saying? Because it's scary. It's scary. Any little thing is scary. Okay? And it's sad. Any little thing, they wake up 20 years from now, and now they're ready to sue you for everything you got. 20 years, 30 years from now they're ready to sue you for everything you got. Then you got all these women coming out of the woodwork. Same thing. The game situation, when I heard this, I was like, why didn't the game go to court? I would have went to court. You wouldn't have got that win like that. I'd have went to court. Not no default. I'd have went to court. I'd have spent my time going to court. You wouldn't have got all that, and I got to pay you. I'm just saying. Okay? You know what I told our son, and I know that this is mean for me to even say to our son, but I told him, I said, "Baby, let me share something with you. You know that red pill talk that you hear all the time, that you be listening to, and then you come and ask mommy, well, like, what's this and what's that?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You keep that red pill energy. Keep that red pill energy, because some of y'all women are monsters. I kid you not. No matter what color you are, some of y'all women are monsters. Baby, 20 years, 30 years, and then you come tell, baby, that's nasty. The courts need to put something on that shit. Like, nah, after 1 year, if you don't come tell." Okay? Walker said, "That's not mean at all." Thank you, Walker. After 1 year, if you don't come tell that something happened to you, you can't seek nothing. That's what the court should do. You can't seek nothing. It's not just your word of mouth. If you don't have evidence, you can't seek nothing. That's what the court should do. It's coming to a time. Because some of y'all will get out here and be lying on these men and decimate their life. And what happens is the lawyers will release this stuff out to the public. And so now everybody will get in here on a bandwagon and just decimate this man for all the evil. But mind you, there are women. Let's talk about it. There are women that are famous that do this to men. Do the same thing to men. But if a man come forth and say, well, she did this and she told me if I don't do this, I can't get this part. I can't work this here. She wasn't going to get somebody to hire me here if I didn't do it. Okay? You won't hear it, because other men will call him weak if he come forward and say that. Other men will call him weak. Like the woman we just heard a few minutes ago. Okay? The woman we just talked about a few minutes ago, how she been drugging men and this and that. Why it took them so long to catch her? Because men were ashamed to tell that this woman drugged them and robbed them. Men were ashamed. My brothers from every color, y'all got to stop being ashamed. You got to stop being ashamed. You get drugged, report that mess to the police. Go to the hospital. Let them run that blood, that urine. Go report that mess. You should not be ashamed because these women need to start going to jail. Seriously. Okay? They do. But there's going to be a time where the court's going to get tired of y'all waiting 20, 30 years to come sue somebody. Okay? Because I be damned. Some of y'all who now talk about this man did all this stuff to me and I was married and so I was he kept nagging and aggravating me and so that's why I did it. You stupid. You stupid. You married. You're not single. You belong to somebody. And so because someone was pressuring you to get them pussy, you was like, yeah, I'm going to get them pussy. You stupid. You stupid. Because that the first thing I'd have done is told the company I work for, I can no longer do this gig right here. I can no longer do this gig. Please put me somewhere else. Because this and this is happening and I don't want to be in this situation no more. I'll be damned. I don't care if they drop my pay or whatever. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I got a whole husband. And so because some football player like me, okay, because he want to drink this vanilla chocolate, because some football player like me, he want to drink this vanilla chocolate, I'm supposed to go and do it. Now listen to me. You ain't married, then you do what you want. But if you're married, you belong to somebody. Ain't no way. You supposed to tell them, listen, this vanilla milk belong to somebody else. It doesn't belong to you. So no, you won't get this pussy. That's what you supposed to say. Okay? You ain't supposed to go. This is another thing too. And this is what I instill in our oldest daughter. Don't put yourself in no predicament. You hear me? Don't put yourself somewhere where you ain't supposed to be. Don't be going to no man house late in the midnight hour. Only thing that's open late in the midnight hour is 7-Eleven and a woman's legs. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing that's open late in the midnight hour. Okay? Don't go to some man's house where you ain't supposed to be there. Don't go to no hotel, okay? Where this man talking about, oh, I just got a room. Let's just go chill out in the room. No, don't go nowhere you ain't supposed to be. Okay? Don't go to no park. Y'all sitting in the car because anything can happen in the park. Don't go to no park. Don't go certain places where you ain't supposed to be. You at a frat party. Okay? The guy that you like tell you to come upstairs. Let's go upstairs or whatever like that. You supposed to tell his happy ass, nah, I ain't going upstairs with you. Oh, no, I got to go get my jacket on my bag from upstairs. Say, okay, well, you go get it and I'll meet you. You'll still see me down here, okay? Go get that book bag. Go get that jacket. I'll be right down here waiting for you. Don't put yourself where you ain't. Don't go to no boy's dorm room. You ain't supposed to be there. Don't be there unless you ready for some shit to happen, okay? Don't be somewhere you ain't supposed to be. This is what I tell our oldest daughter. And she tell me, Mama, I stay out of places where I ain't supposed to be. That's right. That's right. Stay out of places where you ain't supposed to be. So you won't be accusing nobody or saying somebody did something to you and you didn't want it done. Stay out of places where you ain't supposed to be. I needed to be a judge because there's a lot of shit that I would say to some of these young women. Okay? Did your mama teach you not to be in somebody's hotel 2 o'clock in the morning? Where did you think y'all was going to do? Play scramble? 2 o'clock in the morning, you at some grown man hotel room and you talking about, oh, I just went to talk to him at 2 in the morning. They couldn't wait till 8 or 9 in the morning. No, at 2 in the morning, you was at some man's hotel room. Okay, y'all was going to play Scrabble. Okay, you was going to play Monopoly at 2 in the morning. Get your ass out of here with that nonsense. It's sad. And now you got all these women coming for the old timers that we love, their music, and you hear all this foolery. You hear all this foolery. And it's mostly the brothers that's getting taken down. It's mostly the brothers you hear because they got to put it on. They got to put it in the social media streets first, so that the black community can tear them down. Okay, but I be damned if I'm gonna tear down Smokey. I'm not gonna get up there with y'all. I'm not gonna get up there with y'all. He too old, and they waited too long to tell that mess. I'm sorry. What you gonna do to Smokey now? Look how old he is. Okay, he can barely dance like he used to. What are we talking about here? What you gonna do to this old man? Renee said only legs and what is that? What is that? Are open at 2 a.m. I'm gonna say it wrong. That's why I'm looking at it. Okay. Okay. Yes. Bill Cosby too. I'm tired. I'm tired. This is crazy. The thing that always irked my nerve is when a woman, excuse me, y'all, that she tells the story of how the man had done something to her. Because when you listen to Shay Shay's story with this woman, Michelle, she says Shay Shay forcefully shoved his penis in her mouth. Like, this is what she said. Okay? Motels. Thank you, baby. So she says Shay Shay shoved his penis in her mouth. Okay? Now I'm gonna share something with you. I have been known to have that done to me by my husband. But the thing is that if somebody does that and you didn't want it, is it a bite reflex going on there? Okay? Is it a bite reflex going on there? Unless you want, I want this to happen to me. There's times where it has happened, and this is my husband, so I'm ready to please. But you talking about he forcefully put you down and shoved his, in your mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the bite reflex didn't come out, because somebody do that mess to me, I'm bite you. I'm going to bite the shit out you. Okay? And then I'm going to just do like, one of these, like, all up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So you're telling me that you could not fight back. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you just bite him and bite it hard, and then you hit him up there in the cojones, he's done. I don't care how big he is done. Do you hear me? I don't care how big he is, he's done. That's the type of pain that men cannot survive from. Like, they in a fetal position for a minute. So that's why I'm looking at this situation. I needed to be the judge in this situation, because I would say, so there was no resistance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you said he shoved it in your mouth and no bite reflex. Because any woman who you get something shoved in your mouth, you're gonna bite. You're gonna bite. You're gonna be ready to fight. Okay? So there's no way. There's no way. And then you say that y'all just stop being together. How somebody show up at your house? That's what she said. He showed up at her house. How somebody show up at your house? You not with this person no more, but you let him in. I'll be damned. Somebody show up at this house right now, and I used to date them, and they want to come up in my house. The first person that I'm releasing in the property is the baby. Okay, y'all know who the baby is. That big pit bull. That's the first person I'm releasing in the house. You want to do what? You want to come where? And our dog, he's nosy. He is nosy. Okay? He's very nosy. He ain't never seen you before. He looking at you like, I wish you try. I wish you try to do something to my mama. Okay? He got his little pinky come up in his mouth. I wish you try to do something to my mama. You're going to see some shit. It's going to go left up in here. Okay? Okay? I'm just let you know. I remember when a delivery guy was delivering something, and I tried to get to the door as fast as I could. Okay? And now y'all know my leg is not right. So I tried to get to the door as fast as I could. I get up there to the door. The dog is already there. I said, wait a minute now. He looking at me. He start talking to me like, open the door. He do that, he talking the dog talk. Open the door. Okay, he smells somebody at the door. I get to the door. I'm trying to crack the door. The delivery guy see the dog. He said, oh, he just dropped the bag and held it up and ran. Yes. Yes, that's my baby. That's my baby. He's a problem. You gonna show up where? Where you gonna show up at? Where you gonna show up? I'm just saying. Some of the stuff just don't play out. Some of the stuff that y'all say. I'm just saying. Mm-mm. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's some of the stuff is crazy. So they trying to take Smokey down, and that's gonna be it, honey. Okay, they trying to take Smokey down. Now we done for the day. I thank you so much to all y'all who showed up, who rock with me. I greatly appreciate that. To let me see who. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Elizabeth, thank you for the $5 super chat, Elizabeth. So I want y'all to hear this. This was so crazy. This was on a balloon popping show. This is for Elizabeth. Elizabeth, this is not directed at you, baby, but this is, this is what you paid for. Okay, here we go.
Age and answer your question.
I'm Jody. I'm 37. Yeah, and first date, I probably would take you in the jacuzzi and dunk your ass under there and make sure we get all that makeup out there. I want to see what you look like underneath that. Okay. Then I'm going to take you to the Waffle House after that.
This is crazy. Okay. Thank you.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry, baby. That was not directed at you. But did you hear that? Let's play it one more time. Mr. He said, thank you for the $2 super chat, sir. I appreciate you. I see you in the chat. Guys, when you get time, like and subscribe to Mr. He said and his wife, Mrs. She said. Content is always fire and educational, baby. You hear me? Harris Tribe, do you feel me? Promoting conscious parenting, okay? Get in here. Promoting conscious, I'm saying it wrong. Promoting conscious parenting with the Harrises, baby. Okay? Get in there, like and subscribe to their channel. And while you're there, tell them take heed sent you, baby. Okay? Now let's play it one more time because he thought this sound good. Here we go.
Age and answer your question.
I'm Jody. I'm 37. Yeah, and first date, I probably would take you in the jacuzzi and dunk your ass under there and make sure we get all that makeup out there. I want to see what you look like underneath that. Okay. Then I'm going to take you to the Waffle House after that.
This is crazy. Okay. Thank you.
The brothers that was in the lineup, okay? The brothers that was in the lineup on the Balloon Poppy show was like, that's crazy. Okay, he said take her into the jacuzzi and dunk her under to get all that makeup off her face, okay? And then take her to the Waffle House. Now, I'm not hating on the Waffle House, but the dunking of the jacuzzi, what are we doing? Okay? Dudes are romantic. No, that's not romantic. That's scary. You said you're going to dunk somebody in the jacuzzi. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't know what to say. It's crazy. And this is when young men are not raised by their fathers. Because, who would say that to a woman? When you raised by your mama, who says that? Now, don't get me wrong. Y'all shouldn't be wearing all that makeup because some of the makeup look, you transform your face. You don't have like even with Take Heed, I wear makeup, right? But it doesn't transform my face. Sometimes it'll make me look darker, and I love that because I like that dark chocolate. But it doesn't transform my face. You check my face, it's my face. If I take all the makeup off, you'll see like my pigmentation, lighter, darker skin. That's how it is, okay? You can still see it a little bit too, like a little dark here. That's just the pigmentation on my face. I got it all over my body. But brown skin, that chocolate, that's what I love so much. So when you hear stuff like this, it sound cray-cray. Okay? I'm just saying, it's wild, y'all. It's wild. Now, y'all do wear too much makeup, though, and it transform your face. And then when that makeup come off, you look like a whole different person. Some of y'all look like boogaboos in the kitchen, and y'all got booty shorts on, and y'all scare the hell out of these men, okay? Because when Take Heed take her makeup off, she still look the same. I look like Take Heed, okay? Only thing, I'm going to take the wrap off. I might have Like, you know, I got my waves in or something, or I done comb my hair down or something like that. And I only got a little bit of hair. But the thing is, I still look like Take Heed. Some of y'all look like a whole different person. Like y'all be sitting up there, you looking like you a 10, and then once that makeup come off, you looking like a 1. That's scary. That's scary. Okay? That's scary. I'm sorry. So Mr. He said, thank you for the $2 super chat. And I'm gonna give this to you. I appreciate you, sir. Okay? And here we go right here.
Was saying I could lay in her bed and she would give me some head. But do you know why she's not my type? Cause I only like white girls. Girl, Underwood said I could lay in her bed and she would give me some head. But do you know why she's not my type? Cause I only like white girls.
Shout out to the white girls. Shout out to the white girls who like black men. I'm not mad at y'all. Okay? I'm not mad at y'all. It's all right that you like chocolate. Okay? It's all right that you like vanilla. I'm not mad at you, baby. Okay? I'm not. I'm not mad at you. Okay? Because a lot of our brothers look good. So I'm not mad at you. Okay? When you look at a tall, short, skinny, fat, medium size, whatever black man, they look good. I'm sorry. So I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, damn it. Okay? I'm not. Okay? I understand. Okay? Cause listen, when our brothers lay it down, it's something powerful. You hear the angels in heaven sing. So I'm not mad at you. I'm not one of those sisters that's mad at you. You're gonna love who you wanna love. I'm not one of those. I'm not upset with you. You got to love who you wanna love. Okay? Thank you to everybody who took time to rock with me today. I appreciate you. Okay? I appreciate you. Okay? Everybody have a wonderful day. God willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I know the live wasn't like it usually is, that, you know, we upbeat and all that stuff like that. Because we were talking about something serious. And then we was also talking about the deletion of the sheriff deputy. Okay? I know we not into our joking stance like we usually are. But it's a lot of shit going on. So it's not, you know, we can't get into how we usually do. So some of the shit got to be, you know, educational too. Okay? And we got to open up our eyes. Okay? Now I'm going to share something with you. Take heed. Will not agree with a lot of y'all and how y'all feel about certain situations. And that's okay. Okay? I'm not going to be in here calling you names and all the other stuff. I'm not. I'm going to tell you, baby, we going to have to agree to disagree. So I expect the same thing. Like, instead of you calling me all out my name, mind you, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It just make you look crazy anyway. But I'm not calling you names. Don't call me names. Okay? Don't call me names. Okay? But I do want to stress this to y'all. Once I talk to my auntie, we're going to close after this. Once I talk to my auntie and my auntie give me the nitty gritty about my father's background, which I already know, but I want to critique some few things. I want to hear a few things from her. But once she tell me if I really am an FB, okay, I'm not going to come say nothing to y'all because I don't want to be classified as FB. I don't. And I don't care no more if some of y'all say, oh, I'm Ghana, I'm from Ghana, I'm from Africa. Mind you, I don't even get offended when people say I'm from Ghana. I actually tell them thank you. I don't even get offended, okay? It doesn't bother me. If somebody say, oh, you from Africa, it doesn't bother me. Some people say I look Jamaican. It doesn't bother me. I'm not offended by that. Anybody who get offended by that, y'all crazy, okay? Yeah, I'm not offended. I always smile. I'm like, thank you. You know, I don't know. I'm not. But once I find out from my auntie, because I want to clarify, okay, I don't want to be labeled FB. The stuff I heard last night, I don't want to be a part of y'all. I'm going to share something with you. If some shit happened, you know who I can only rely on? My family. My family. I can only rely on my family. Listen. Mr. He said, that's nice of you, but it's going to be Nigeria for me, though. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Yeah, I'm not, we moving together when we can be neighbors in the Latin, in like 5 years. Sis. Oh, I love that, though. But we already got some stuff in Nigeria. But thank you, though. I appreciate you. So this is the thing, okay? I don't want to be, I don't want to be FB. Because any shit happen, right? Like, say some shit happen at my house. I got some Negroes in my bloodline that wreck shop. Okay, so if something happened, I already know who to call. You know what I'm saying? I don't need, and only one phone call I got to make, and the rest of them just come. I don't need y'all to come do nothing for me because y'all the stuff I heard last night, it broke my heart. I was like, damn, that's crazy. So if anything happened to me, I already know who to call. You know what I'm saying? Like I got family members that, they don't care about some shit. You know what I'm saying? I got people that they be like, yeah, I will come. Don't worry, I'm coming. And then when you see these Negroes come out the car, you scared as shit. So I got family members. And I'm not proud. I love my family, but they do some shit. I got cousins that'll wreck shop and walk out like they ain't do nothing. So if some shit happened to me, I know I got some people that's gonna come. So it's not that oh, I want to link up with FB because I think I'm gonna be protected and all that stuff. No, because I got a whole dynasty that's crazy. Like I got one person that I call, he call everybody else. It's gonna be some shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially for me. Because they always tell me, like, you live down there. Anything happen, because I'm not close to my family. Anything happen, you better call us. Yeah, so I got family members that'll do some shit, okay? And I'm not worried, but I don't know. I don't want to be labeled FB. No, don't call me FB. I don't want to be labeled FB. This channel is not FB. It's not FBA. I'm not FBA. Even when I talked to my auntie this weekend, okay, and I told y'all where my father family from I just want to make sure I said it right too, because my auntie put it on her Facebook. I want to make sure I say it right. But Augusta, let me just make sure I got it right. Let me see. A Husky. That I said it wrong. A Husky, North Carolina, my auntie. So that's our whole family. My grandmother was raised down here. So, and our lineage is from there, my father's side. So if when she tell me, when I talk to her this weekend, that yeah, you are right, this is correct, you saying it right, because I know my grandmother's side, I know my mama's side, but if she tells me, yep, baby girl, this is right, this is da 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 da, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I'm FB. I'm not. I don't care what y'all label me to be. I don't care if I'm a musty, tether, all this other bullshit y'all be saying. I don't give a damn no more. Okay? Because the shit I heard last night, I was like, damn, that's some fuck shit. I can't. Nah. I'm not hateful. I'm not a hateful person. I'm not if my people do wrong, I'm here to say my people do wrong. Okay? I'm not here for all that, I don't want y'all to label me a FBA. No more. Don't label me. My channel is not FBA. Any shit happen to me, I got family of titans that'll come for me. So I don't have, I'm not fearful. I got some family members that'll do some shit and they have no remorse. So I'm not gonna care about that stuff no more. Yeah. I ain't here trying to please some Negroes that, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Yeah. Not at all. So everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take heed to the message, okay? Take heed to the message, everybody. Much love to you all. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App, through Venmo, through Super Chat right now. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called UB and Racks. Fashion.com. If you want to buy merch, scroll to the top of the page. You will see shop or store. Okay? Shop or store. It got hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, baby clothes, and everything like that. So what I said today about FBA, you could go back and tell whoever y'all want to go tell, you can write it down, take a picture, and everything like that. Write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Do you hear me? Tell whoever you want to go tell. I don't give two shits. Because the shit I heard last night, I don't want to be linked with y'all. The shit I heard last night, no. I'm African American. That's it. I'm African American. That's it. I don't know anything else. My family, I don't know nothing else about nothing else. I just know my family was here. That's it. We don't have no lineage to nowhere else. I just know my family is here. And I'm African American. Okay, I don't have any Caribbean aunties or African aunties and uncles and stuff like that. Now my father, I was about to say my father. I call him my father sometimes. My husband is Nigerian. And yes, my name on social media is Nigerian. It means queen. Okay? So anybody who is offended by it, that's your business. I'm tired of trying to please some of y'all Negroes who get out here and do fuck shit. Because y'all want a race war to happen so that y'all can go escape from the bullshit. I'm just saying, because you got money to leave, you know. Some of us don't, you know. Some of us don't. That would be caught up in some bullshit all because of a race war. My brothers and sisters who have the right mind, y'all get y'all shit together. Okay? Get y'all shit together. Stop trying to join the crowd. You understand? Stand on your own. Sometimes you got to stand on your own from the fuck shit. Take heed to the message, everybody. Much love to you all. No music. I'm just going to let y'all out.